Wenzangu wa Bungoma, msicheze na moto. Si mumecheza na moto na mumeumia? Si mumecheza na moto na mumeumia? Munataka kurudi kwa moto ama munataka kuokoka? Munataka kuokoka? Njia ya kuokoka ni Baba.
Now, as Kenya inches closer to the 2027 general election, one man who many thought had retired from politics is silently building one of the strongest comebacks the country has seen in years. Former President Uhuru Kenyatta, who had kept a low profile after handing over power to President William Ruto in 2022, is now fully back in the political arena. And this time, he's not just back with words, he's back with a party, a plan, and deep financial power.
Sebeli dynasty baya. Asara tawara. Na hado hago ukatogeria tukigene tugithondeke thino uyu ri.
Uhuru recently won a major legal battle and reclaimed control of the Jubilee party. The court ruling handed him the keys to a political vehicle that had been hijacked by pro-government forces. With Jubilee back in his hands, Uhuru now has a solid platform to influence national politics, starting with his Mount Kenya region, a traditional stronghold.
Na ndipo mimi nasema, mimi haja yangu, wengine wanawaambia Uhuru anataka kutawala. Mimi najua mwaka ujao mimi naenda nyumbani. Mimi sina shida na hiyo. Sina shida. Lakini nia yangu ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba wale ambao wataendelea hawatakuwa watu ya kunyanyasa na kuibia wananchi.
The timing of Uhuru's return couldn't be better. The impeachment of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has left a leadership vacuum in the Mount Kenya region. Many in the region are now looking for a strong, trusted figure to rally behind, and Uhuru fits that description perfectly. Despite efforts by the Ruto administration to sideline him, Uhuru has remained popular among a large section of the Mount Kenya voters, especially those fractured with the current administration.
And I believe that together we can achieve it. And I believe that together we can overcome this hurdle. And then those who are seeking elective positions, how wonderful it would be if you were seeking those elective positions in a unified country where it was ideas that are competing against each other, not ethnicity, not this, not this. It was
Ruto's troubles are far from over. The president has been facing increasing resistance from young people across the country. Youth-led protests, especially those sparked by the controversial finance bill in 2024, has exposed growing anger and disillusionment with his leadership. Many young people feel betrayed and left behind by an administration they say promised jobs and reforms but delivered hardship and taxation.
Si mumeona vile mimi nimekimbizwa na mtu ambaye hana haja na kazi. Nimekimbizwa mpaka nimetoa jasho mpaka baba amekuja kuniokoa upande mwingine.
Uhuru, having warned the country not to vote for President William Ruto, is now seen by some as the man who saw the storm coming before anyone else. What is worrying for both Ruto and Azimio leader Raila Odinga is that Uhuru is not just reviving Jubilee for fun. The party has already made it clear that it is ready to endorse former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiangi as its presidential candidate. Matiangi, known for his tough stance on discipline and governance, is a respected figure who served under Uhuru and earned admiration for his no-nonsense approach. Backed by Uhuru's deep pockets and political network, Matiangi could quickly become a serious contender for the presidency.
When I was sworn in as your president, I made a pledge to the country. A pledge to uphold the rule of law and the decisions made by the judiciary on all matters appertaining to our governance. Today, the Supreme Court made a ruling on the presidential dispute, upholding the results announced by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission
This move by Jubilee places both Ruto and Raila in a difficult position. For Ruto, Matiangi represents a serious threat to his re-election. He could split the vote in key regions and draw support from civil servants, professionals and moderate voters who are tired of political drama. For Raila, the presence of a strong third force means he cannot automatically count on opposition support to fall in line behind him like in previous years. The space is now more crowded and voters have more choices. Uhuru's return to politics also means he will be pumping resources into campaigns, grassroots mobilization and candidate support across the country. Unlike many parties that struggle with fundraising, Jubilee under Uhuru is well-oiled and financially stable. With business allies and political loyalists still intact, Uhuru is expected to use his financial muscle to pull in influential figures and fund aggressive campaigns. The bigger picture is that Uhuru is reshaping the 2027 race from behind the scenes. While he may not run himself, his role as kingmaker could determine who becomes Kenya's next president. And judging by how he is positioning Jubilee and rallying Mount Kenya, he is not doing it to play safe. He wants to correct what he sees as a national mistake and push back against what he calls a failed leadership.
Kwa hivyo mwambie wale wanazunguka wakinitusi mimi sijali. Mimi haja yangu ni wananchi wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, na hawa ndio watakuwa mstari yangu ya mbele kuhakikisha nimewatendea kulingana na zile ahadi niliwapatia. Nyinyi mnataka tupigane jameni?
With growing dissatisfaction among Kenyans, especially the youth, the rise of Fred Matiangi as a possible candidate and the revival of Jubilee under Uhuru's control, the 2027 election is shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable yet. Ruto will not have the easy ride he enjoyed in 2022. Raila too will have to think twice about how to build a coalition in a space now being occupied by a new power center.
Strategy and a plan. And if it is Ruto must go, tell me how you want me to go. What? You know? I mean, let's be honest with ourselves.
Uhuru may have left State House, but he is not done with power, and this time he has nothing to lose and everything to prove.
Wenzangu wa Bungoma, musicheze na moto. Si mumecheza na moto na mumeumia. Si mumecheza na moto na mumeumia. Munataka kurudi kwa moto ama munataka kuokoka? Munataka kuokoka? Njia ya kuokoka ni baba. Nawaambia. Njia ya kuokoka ni nini? Njia ya kuokoka ni nini?